UFC 273 just around the corner, and we are joined by one of the men in the fight that everybody's talking about, Dorino, Gilbert Burns. Gilbert, how are you, my man?
Good, brother. Feeling very good.
It's really great to see you. Are you getting a sense of the excitement around this fight? It's such a stacked card, but this is the one everyone is talking about. Do you have that feeling?
I do have. It's the main event, you know. But even with those title fights, I think people are going to need to watch this fight. I think the guy, Chimaev, has a lot of hype. And I'm the real test for this guy. You know, I'm the real deal in the division. I'm the guy that really faces anyone. And that's he going to be really tested on this fight. So, yeah, I think that's why a lot of people are looking forward to. And I'm excited for this fight.
Look, let's get the hard truth out of the way. He's a big favorite, Khamzat, to win this fight. Do you understand why so many people are backing him to beat you?
I don't mind, you know, I kind of understand, but I don't mind. I think, like I said, I think I'm going to be the real test for him. I think he's very tough. I got to respect things that he's been doing in the UFC and outside. But the level of competition is super low. You know, you cannot. I think a lot of guys are very good, but I'm the top in the division. You know, I'm giving this guy the opportunity. You know, and then we're gonna find out. Those answers only gonna be answered on Saturday. But I think he's very tough, and I've been very prepared for this fight. And I'm looking forward a lot to this fight. Like it's a big challenge, like you say, big guy, you know, like talking a lot. But I do believe in myself that I'm going to get a win on Saturday.
What do you think is going to surprise him about being in the cage with you?
A lot of things. I think that my resilience, my grappling, the power in my hands, my speed, and my experience too. You know, I'll be there. I'm not going to be afraid of this guy. You know, I'm there like, oh, I'm going to take his head off. I'm there to take his head off as well. You know, it's not one man fighting. You know, it's two guys going to the battle. One guy's going to lose, and I'm going to do everything on my power to be the guy winning. And I think that, you know, he's going to be, whenever we touch each other, he's going to see like, oh, it's not the smallest, like weak guy that I thought, you know. So I think a lot of things gonna change. And whenever we touch each other, I think he's gonna change the fight.
I love the confidence, man. You're both gonna come in this fight really, really backing yourself. His confidence is through the roof, isn't it? He's calling himself the king,
Yeah.
He calls himself the champion. I was thinking back, like you've been there, haven't you? If you go back to like after the Oliveira fight, you had that feeling, that look of he's invincible. What does that feel like going into a fight? You've been through what similar thing to what he's going through, right?
Yeah, I don't think I was extremely confident. I still think he's more, you know. I still think he's more, but that thing makes you feel you're untouchable, you're invincible, but you know, but you're not. You know, everyone can touch you. One punch literally can change the fight. And it's not a good thing, to be honest, to be. You got to be there. You got to be aware. You got to know that the guy comes to beat you, that the guy can't finish you. And with a couple losses that I had, they give me the awareness that guy can beat me. I got to be aware he's coming, you know. So I think the level of awareness, whenever you respect the guy, I don't think he has that right now. You know, it's kind of a little super confident, a little bit of the ego, a little bit over the roof. And I think they're gonna play on my side, you know. Whenever he thinks it's gonna be an easy fight, the guy can do nothing. Boom. Something might hit him and then he'll be waiting for it. So that's why it don't bother me to be you the underdog, you this and that. I don't mind, to be honest, you know.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you for your game plan because you won't give me a game plan. I understand. That's how it works. But do you put a game plan together based
Yeah,
on what you've seen and weaknesses you've seen, or
yeah.
because he's looked so good, do you put a game plan together based on what we haven't seen, those intangibles, the what's he like in the third round, what's it like when he gets hit, what's he like when he's on the ground with someone like you? How do you kind of put together a game plan for someone who's looked so dominant?
So we got to put a game plan with a lot of variables. Like, okay, we the options. You know, if he's that tough, okay, we're gonna work on these. And then I put a lot of variation. Okay, we're gonna work these. If not working these, you know, with a lot of little options, not just one way on the strategy. We got to go a lot of different ways, different options, and open up. So, but I everything that I do, especially right now, I'm the top of the division. I try to do everything on the highest level. I'm taking him very seriously, and I'm taking him as a monster, as a very good at people talking. I'm not taking, oh, this is gonna be easy. No, I think everywhere is gonna be tough,
Mhm.
but I'm ready for it, and I'm always trying to make it happen. You know, like making the way, making making the openings, and that's why that camp was so tough, and the strategy it's done. You know, for sure we still can. Sometimes it might be easier, sometimes it might be a little different way. Sometimes you gotta make the adjustments between the rounds, but I don't know. I'm pretty confident that things that will work, the way we're gonna approach the fight, we're gonna put me on a good way. But I'm ready, even if it puts me in a bad position, a couple things, I'm ready for this too. You know.
Now, you said in a recent interview that ahead of the Usman fight, you got maybe a little bit too emotional because of some stuff that
Wow.
he said, huh?
A lot of emotion, yeah.
A lot of emotion, and that worked against you in that fight. Does that kind of, are you better positioned now to deal
Yeah.
with whatever Khamzat might say at the press
Yeah,
conference? Or
I think he's gonna try to say that. That's my mindset. I think he's gonna try to set something to get in my mind, but I cannot get angry going to the fight. I cannot. Like that Usman fight, he said a couple things that I want to. Oh, okay, you think it's gonna be easy, and got to my mind, and I want to show him. But it's a lot of to win a fight is a lot of competition. I don't need to beat because he said. I just want to beat the guy. It doesn't matter what he says, and that's the mentality that I'm approaching right now. I don't want to, just because he said these or that. He's my opponent. He's supposed to say that he's gonna beat me. So we fighting each other. So
yeah,
I'm not kind of letting nothing get into my mind. Trying to get to that fight super relaxed and do my best. And I think that's where I shine when I'm relaxed going to a fight. Like with a lot of headspace, mind's clean. Just go out there and execute everything that I train.
yeah. Just a couple of last things. I know you've got a lot on your plate at the moment. One thing people aren't really speaking about is the crowd. So this is the first time he's fought in front of an American crowd. He's going to want to put on a show. He's going to want to make a big statement. Are you looking at this as this is where mistakes can get made? Because can you remember what it was like when you first had a big fight and there was a big crowd, and maybe how it changed your game?
I remember my first loss was super big. It was event in Brazil for a Russian that he was very experienced, and then he executed a beautiful game plan. He made me waste a lot of energy, and was kind of picking me apart later in the rounds. He didn't start. I started winning, but then he was picking me apart at the end of the first round, second round, and everything. But yeah, I think I made that mistake before because I want to prove, I want to show.
Yeah.
And I think I do believe he's gonna make that mistake. He's gonna try to prove and show and come and hungry and I think he might get caught on that.
He's a scary looking guy, right? I mean, he's a big guy. He's got he shouts a lot. I mean, presumably you handle that sort of thing completely differently. Well, from a non-fighter would see it, right? I mean, you're going to be cool, calm, collected all the way.
yeah, that's the way. And then I think I train with a lot of guys like that, you know, guys
Yeah,
big, dog,
yeah.
and he's not a fighter, you know, he's hard, good wrestling, but he you know, he he's just another human being, you know, tough, yeah, for sure, but we'll find out.
I love it, man. I love the mental approach you've got for this fight. Fills me with confidence that we're going to see the best of Gilbert Burns in this fight. Just before you go, one last thing I want to ask you about. Also on this card, one of your newer teammates from Sanford MMA, Iain Gary. What have you made of Iain since he's joined up with you guys? How highly do you rate him?
No, I love the guy. I think he is a future prospect, abilities to become a champion. Very good on striking. Super young, works very hard. It's gonna be good. I'm going early to the fights to watch his fight. I want to see him warming up, so I'm going to the fights with him. And we get another guy too, Mickey Gall, training with us too. And I'll be there. That's why I'll be there early to watch these two guys. And I'm super excited for both. They're very young, hungry, and those guys are prospects, you know. And then I think they have a bright future. Both guys, they already trained with me, with Jason Jackson, Logan Storley, a lot of guys, you know, Shavkat, and Kamaru Usman is on the gym. So think about it. These guys are super young in the career, and they training with all of us. Champion, number 2, you know, Vicente Luque. I think they're gonna have a lot of experience that the next generation that's coming is gonna be like on a different level the way you see.
Gilbert, thank you so much for your time on Fight Week. It's great to see you in such a mentally calm and strong place. Really excited to see how this goes down on Saturday. Congratulations on all your success to this point. And yeah, man, good luck. Looking forward to the show.